people? This is Mr. Pac with the TMP podcast, and I want to appreciate everybody. I want to thank everybody that's been subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting. All that helps people, so I appreciate it. Like I always say, without you, this channel wouldn't be possible. You know, I'm just another guy trying to grow my channel, trying to, give my opinion. Not that a lot of people want to hear my opinion, because, YouTube, it's like you get hate, you get love, you know what I mean? And shout out to the ones that, show love, and shout out to the ones that don't, But I dropped a video, I think it was last week, about T.I. versus 50 Cent. And there's been a lot of debate, because people saying that T.I. will wash 50. People are saying that, 50's Get Rich or Die Trying, will end whatever T.I.'s catalog has or whatever. It's like I said, it's just a back and forth. It's just, a 50-50. But, T.I. has his fans, 50 has his fans. And I said that 50's music really impacted the game. It changed the game. It just didn't impact the game. It changed the game. And a lot of people agreed with me. A lot of people disagree with me. But like I said, I was in that era, when 50 came out, back in 99, from 99, then he came out in 2003. And we already know the rest of the history, right? But I said that 50 he changed the game because, there was nobody like him at that moment. The buzz he had, the music he came out with, the movie, the story he had, then he made a movie, and and so on and so forth, and he keeps changing the game, man, because he has power. He's one of the few rappers that, has elevated into other stuff and has been successful at it. Not saying that T.I. hasn't done stuff, but I know he has like charity places where he owns them and stuff like that. He's brought up artists too, like that Iggy Azalea girl or whatever. T.I. has done stuff, but to me, like I say, he hasn't changed the game like 50. And I always get the hate, man, because it's like, oh, you're a 50D writer. Yeah, look at this guy, blah blah blah. Like I said, and that's what it is for, man. This video, that's what it is for. If you want to leave your opinion, you want to comment, it's all good. I don't like the negative comments, but I mean, y'all are gonna do it anyways, because you're gonna be like, you ain't gonna tell me what to comment. You're putting this publicly, so it's all good, man. It's a debate. It's been a debate for a while, and one of the comments had said, all I said, right, just to address the comment, but one of the comments has said that why 50 doesn't, just start rapping? Why 50 just doesn't he respond with some raps? And I said it on another video before that 50 doesn't need to rap, man. 50 doesn't need a verses. 50 doesn't care about music right now. Not saying that he doesn't love music, because he's shown us that, he drops a verse here and there, on stuff. He's made fucking, songs for like his power stuff and whatever, but he doesn't need to get on the verses. He doesn't need to drop music because what I said earlier, he's been so successful and we all seen it. We all been seeing it, that he's been successful with his, with his channel, with the power, with, with the cognac that he's fucking selling. He's been doing a lot of stuff, man. And Yayo has said it too. Yayo just said it in a recent, Vlad interview, that he said that 50's not gonna do it. He's just not gonna do it. Right now, 50's thing is to troll people. He's trolling people. He's fishing, and then he's baiting people, basically fishing and baiting people to his buzz that he got going on. I think he's actually doing them a favor, because he's the hottest thing right now, and he's just, baiting and then getting that fish. Okay, Nicki Minaj, get over here. Okay, Young Buck, get over here. Okay, Ja Rule. Okay, Fabulous Mano, get over here. You know what I mean? He's giving these people their platforms a buzz. You know what I mean? And like I said, he keeps changing the game, man. He keeps making an impact, with this stuff. And a lot of people don't see it because, yeah, a lot of people like Jim Jones, Mano, Fabulous, Ja Rule, Nikki, whatever, like, but he is kind of like throwing like like an alley-oop, man, like, here you go, you know what I mean, like, here you go, grab it, and Chamillionaire had said once, I don't know if you guys heard it, that Chamillionaire once said that he was cool with 50, like, they were talking this and that, and then all of a sudden 50 like kind of like dissed them, and Chamillionaire took it personal, and then 50 pulled him to the side and he said, you know what, it was an alley-oop, man, like, you just didn't grab it. And Chamillionaire was like, oh shit, like, it's true, like, I thought it was a beef, like, and 50 explained to him, like, no bro, it's like, it's an alley-oop, like, you hot, I'm making some moves right now, and get with the flow, man. And and I think that's what 50's doing with these people, man. And at the end of the day, I think these, like, Fabulous, Mano, Jim Jones, 50, all them, they know what they're doing, man. You know what I mean? It's not really a real beef. I think the only real beef is Ja Rule. Even Ja Rule said it. You know what? There's no room for fucking beefing. We don't have to be at war. He's already old. He's grown, man. Ja Rule has grown. Tony Yayo, Uncle Murda, they doing this stuff too, and it's giving numbers to their podcast. It's giving numbers to Ja Rule. It's giving numbers to all these people, man. It's just a promotional stunt. That's the way I see it. So yes, 50 doesn't have to rap. Yayo has said it. A lot of people have said it. A lot of people that know 50, they had said it, that 50 doesn't need to rap, and he doesn't, man. So T.I. is about to drop his album. This is good promotion for him, to drop his music, to get his album sales. And at the end of the day, when he gets his album sales, he's gonna get his money, and then he's just gonna fucking call it quits, because he said this was his last album. So that's what they're doing. And yeah, that's the response to one of the comments that I got, that 50's not gonna rap, man. 50's not gonna do it. 50, right now, 50's thing is to troll. That's 50's fucking thing right now. But let me know if you disagree. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're with me. And keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing. And let's go, man. You already know, work on top of work. Let's go.